everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is time once again for Eyebrow Ranting with Sophie, a series that we do here on my channel where I do my eyebrows with you guys and rant about whatever is bothering me or whatever I want to because it's fun and hopefully somewhat entertaining. I know I enjoy doing it because it's just fun to try and cram everything that I have to say in however long it takes to do my eyebrows. Today, I'm using the Collabs Shape and Shape Brow Pencil and the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel, and we're going to talk a little bit. I think all of you guys know that I'm no longer in high school, but we're going to take a little trip down memory lane and talk about high school, and primarily whether or not it prepares you for life in the real world, because when you're in high school or just school in general, their whole thing and their whole spit about why you have to take certain classes and why you have to do whatever and why you have to be there is because it prepares you to be an adult. But I think that by the time we get to high school in particular, we've all realized that it does not prepare you to be an adult. And when you're in elementary school and middle school, I think that you don't really realize that, you don't really care. And so that's why I'm particularly going to be talking about high school today. But when you're in high school, I think a lot of kids get super overwhelmed with classes, they get super annoyed with teachers. I know I did. But my whole thing is, unless you're going to be a rocket scientist, I know that my cousin is a rocket scientist and they need a whole lot of math, but unless you're going to be a rocket scientist or a doctor or in some crazy high-level profession, you don't need to know past basic algebra. And so, for some odd reason, they make you take calculus and trigonometry and statistics. Nobody needs to know that in the real world. So, you know how much math I have used since graduating high school? Subtraction. You learned that in second grade. So, I don't really understand why every single teacher in school is always like, you need to take this specific class because it's going to prepare you to be an adult. Nothing in high school prepares you to be an adult. You know what would prepare me to be an adult? Taxes. Teach me how to do taxes because I don't know how to do that. You know how much time I spent wrestling with TurboTax when I had to file my taxes? And that is an easy website to figure out. It wasn't that I had to go to some weird place and do it like they did before the internet was invented. You know, we've made it easy for us to learn how to do taxes these days, and I still don't know how to do my frickin' taxes. If you want to prepare me for the real world, teach me how to do my taxes. Because I didn't know how to do it, and it took me probably 4 days to figure out something that should have taken 15 minutes. So, if you want to prepare me for the real world, and that's your whole big spit, then teach me how to do that. I know that some kids have the option to take foods classes and things like that, but if you want to prepare me for the real world, make that a requirement. Because at my particular high school, that was an elective, and if I don't know how to cook, I'm not gonna survive. I know how to use a microwave. That's about it. High school didn't teach me how to use an oven or how to use a stove. You know, they don't teach you any valuable life lessons in high school. They teach you from a book. They teach you history and science and math and English. And yeah, all of us need to know how to write a resume. We need to learn how to speak. We need to learn how to do basic algebra. And we need to know about certain things within history. But just so that we don't repeat it again. But all of those things are taught in elementary school. We don't need to relearn them in middle school and high school and so on. If you want to teach me how to survive in the real world in those classes, teach me basic algebra, move on. Teach me grammar, move on. Teach me a few scientific things, move on. Teach me the basic historical life lessons so that we don't repeat history. Move on and teach me something about politics, please, because that is something that nobody, no single person in my generation fully understands. And that pisses me off to no end because, like, I know that every single one of you knows that I'm very liberal by now. And to all of the people that are my age and gay and black and still think that they're a Trump supporter, you don't know what a Trump supporter is. You're just following the crowd, and it ticks me off so much that nothing was taught in high school. If you want to teach me how to be successful, teach me how to rent an apartment, teach me how to do my taxes, teach me how to live on my own. Don't teach me calculus. Nobody needs to know calculus unless you're going into a job that specifies you need to know calculus, and that should be something that we can choose to learn. Do you have any idea how hard I fought to not have to take calculus? Because I actually didn't take calculus. I went up to statistics and trigonometry and things like that, but I took 2 math classes my junior year so that I wouldn't have to take math my senior year, and then I had to fight for months with my high school counselor to get him to not let me take math my senior year because I didn't need it. I haven't used math since I left high school. And so, you know, unless you're going into a particular job where you're going to use these skills, let kids choose what skills they're going to learn in high school. I don't understand our pre-K through 12th grade curriculum whatsoever. And I don't think most people do, because I think most people in high school have the same complaints. So I just don't understand why the big spit about why you have to be in high school is to learn life lessons when you're not learning any life lessons. If you want to do something like I did, like I wanted to be a dancer, you don't need to know trigonometry and calculus, and you don't need to know how the atom is created to be a dancer. You need to know anatomy, but you don't need to know all of that crap to be a dancer. And you don't need to know any of that to be an esthetician. I'm going to cosmetology school to be an esthetician. You don't need to know any of that to do what I'm going into. And so the high school curriculum is created for doctors and rocket scientists. Very select few people are going to be a doctor or a rocket scientist. Anyways, my eyebrows are done and this rant is over. And if you would like to watch the rest of the series because it's fun and we have fun here and this series is incredible and amazing, go ahead and click right over here. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, which I urge you all to do, you can go ahead and click right over here, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.